We are doing a book review and discussion of The Assistant to the Villain. The entire time that I was listening to the book, I was thinking it was the villain's assistant because that just sounds easier to me. Something else that was going through the story consistently through the story was this frog prince, this little frog who had a crown on his head, and his name is Kingsley. In this book, his name is Kingsley. I think I have my own interpretation of who I think, my own guess who I think Kingsley is. Anyway, the frog reminds me of a story I listened to on a record when I was a kid. When I was very little, the Muppets had a record called The Frog Prince. I think that was the title of it. I should have looked that up before I started. Anyway, this little frog, Kingsley, is a prisoner of the villain, okay? He's got this thing, and it's not clear whether he changed, this person into the frog or whether the frog was already changed. Now he just keeps the frog. I don't know how it came about, but he's got this frog. It's got a crown on its head, and he's named it Kingsley, and he's keeping this frog prisoner, and he keeps it pretty close at hand, all right? This frog cannot speak words. Obviously, he's a frog. But he does have little signs that he holds up. Every once in a while, he'll hold up a sign with like one word on it. He'll hold up a sign that says danger, or he'll hold up a sign that says stupid. I don't think that was ever one of them. But anyway, he holds up signs from time to time. And he helps with miscommunication from time to time, all right? And it reminded me so much, like throughout the book, I kept thinking about this record that I listened to when I was a little kid, where, there was this little frog prince and there was a princess, and the princess had been cursed. So she could not speak clearly, kind of like this frog prince can't speak clearly in this book. All right. And so I kept thinking of in The Frog Prince, where the princess could not think clearly because her stepmother, the evil witch, had cursed her. And the way to break that curse was to bake the hall in the candle of her brain. That's what the princess kept saying. And no one could understand what that meant until the Frog Prince figured it out. And he's like, it's not bake the hall in the candle of her brain. It's break the ball in the handle of her cane. And when you break the ball in the handle of her cane, the evil stepmother, when you break that ball, it releases the princess from the spell, and she's able to speak clearly, and she can be the queen. Yeah. So that's what I was thinking about throughout this book. For 13 hours listening to The Assistant to the Villain, I was thinking about the Muppets. That's what was happening in my life. That's just how it was happening. That's what was happening to me. Right. Which isn't a bad thing. It's just that's what was happening. Thumbs up for getting through 13 hours of an audiobook that should not have been 13 hours. Thank you so much for tuning in.